What up, everyone? This is Warren from the Rhapsody Piano Studio. I want to welcome you to today's lesson. We're going to be working on Baby Shark. This is for easy piano, as if the song is not stuck enough in your head. And make sure you have permanent nightmares for the rest of your life. All right. Not for kids, that is. All right. I'll do a quick sound check. Oh, I gotta turn on the sound first. All right. All right. Looks good. And before we start, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And the notification bells or gear icon, whatever it looks like next to it, so you can get reminders of when these lessons go out. And two last things is when you check the cards and the video description, there you will find links to the actual tutorial where you can listen to it from start to finish. And you'll find links to free sheet music. So this is the free sheet music for this one. I'm gonna post it on the webs. All right. Okay, this one's gonna be short and sweet. Not a lot going on here, so good short lesson for today. Here is the beginning. And it's basically the pattern you need to learn in the right hand, the melody, okay? It's basically, besides this, it's just that, like, what, I'm trying to think in my head, what, 3 times? Like, there's the second time, third time, and then the only difference is we're gonna add a couple 8th notes to the end, okay? So we got the beginning, 2 quarter notes, and then this, that pattern 3 times in a row, and then finishing with 2 8th notes onto a half note, okay? All right, so let's hear it in its entirety. Okay, now if you want to substitute a finger, because 4th finger might not work well for a lot of people, just because if you know anything about biology and about piano, you know that 4th finger is usually very difficult to use. So just substitute it with like a 3 if you want. But honestly, repeated notes with the 4th finger, it's not impossible. It takes some time and you can get used to it, all right? So that's the right hand, that's the melody, and that's basically the whole song, okay? So it just does that whole thing, it just repeats it over and over. I'm sure you know about that. Okay, so let's try that together, just the right hand melody we just played. Ready, go. Okay, all right, basically, why is this crooked? All right, basically, now all we gotta do is just learn the left hand pattern, and then we're good. That's basically the entire right hand part I gave you. That's literally all you need to practice. This is still crooked. Oh, how dare you. All right, that looks good. Okay, now left hand, just a bunch of chords. And go into octaves on the second time. All right, so I'll show you again. I don't even know if this is the right harmony, because that's the problem with most of these free arrangements. Anyway, let's do that together. Just left hand. That's basically the beginning intro, okay? All right, now just practice enough where you can do both hands. There's a repeat there, but that's the second part where it keeps going. Now here, I know this is a little odd, and to me it doesn't even sound like the right harmony. I played it just because it's on the sheet music. You might want to just omit that, get rid of that E, because this is really awkward anyway. You gotta play that E right after you let go. It's always awkward, right? If you want to keep that there, use a little pedal. I'll make that a little easier, okay? All right, let me show you one more time. repeats, but the second part, now we're just gonna have octaves. All right. By the way, the practice plan for this is just to do, I would just say practice your left hand and then hands together. And that's really all you need to do. You don't have to really practice the right hand separate for all the reasons we kind of mentioned before. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so just left hand, then hands together. Of course, yeah, here's what I was gonna say. I guess that doesn't really matter if you're left-handed. Then you would do the opposite way, right? Anyway, let's keep it going. Just the pattern changes in the left hand to this. I mean, that transition is kind of weird, so yeah, it's not exactly easy. Okay, so let me show you one more time. It's just a bunch of octaves, just alternating like this. Yeah, this is kind of weird. I mean, some of this stuff's a little advanced, so again, these free arrangements, it's a bit awkward. So if you're looking for something a lot easier, this is definitely not like a good choice, right? This is like, it's easy with some awkward, like kind of like some advanced stuff here. So kind of interesting. Anyway, you get to practice octaves here. So first, I would just practice moving. Just that. So you get used to the motion. It's almost like I tend to use a lot of just muscle memory. That's the way I like to approach things. Do muscle memory, then one other thing you don't have to think about when you're playing piano, okay? Then when you get good at that, then start alternating like that. So it's just left, right. When you're playing this, make sure, look, when you use the wrist, it's not a lot of hand motion. It's just you're going from finger to finger, but it's like I'm rotating my forearm this way, right? That's the secret to things like tremolos anyway. That's way advanced, but left, right, you want it equal. Because if you just hold your hand here, it's gonna make these, really awkward to play. So keep the wrist low, okay? And then just think you're rotating at the wrist and also rotating at your elbow. It's kind of like a corkscrew, I guess, if you want to think of it that way, okay? All right, and then that's the next part I would practice. So this alternating pattern, and then stop right there. Then when you get good at that, another alternating pattern, stop right there. Now this it's a huge jump. It's so weird, right? So you're going from this E to here. So here's another thing you can practice. From E, jump to D. Like so, okay? Now, this is supposedly easy. I would actually recommend just getting rid of that last E. Let me show you again. Yeah, so if you're at the easy level, that's how I would practice that, okay? All right, now, so if you put it all together, didn't come out. Okay, let's try that together just so you get a feel for it. We're gonna go really slow. 1, 2, ready, go. And that's it. And then you do both hands. That again. Okay, so that's the idea. All right, let's try that together now. Both hands. Ready, go. Okay, so that's that middle section. Now the last part. That's what they got going on. So basically, let me just show you. They're going from D, octave on G, bottom G, then chord. It's like an arpeggio. Just this, okay? Going into C, then to E, then to D. Okay? So just think of it that way. Just a bunch of chords, right? So let me show you one more time the bare minimum, the skeletal, I guess skeleton of this, the pattern. All right, so let's try that together. Ready, go. Okay, and then we'll try it the way it's written. All right, together now, very slowly. Ready, go. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, now just back to both hands. Okay, the only awkward part I find is, so if we look at that measure, we're, what's that, 17, 18, 19, I think? Okay. So it's easy to get this freed up because look, it's 16ths right here, and you hold it, okay, until like the next beat, which is just another 16th note, so you don't have a lot of time. Right? The only problem is we got a note there, watch. So instead of, right, we have like that. So this is actually, I would recommend doing this, just then the 8th, the last 16th I mean, and then going into the first note in the left hand. Watch me again. You might want to practice that every time the left hand changes. See that? Okay, because you know it's the movements need to be kind of like overall. So yeah, working on it separately is going to help you to do that. Because I guarantee if you're not used to it, you're probably going to freeze like. Right? And then the timing and all that. So that's how I recommend practicing that. Anyway, here's both hands. This is really hard to see and going at that speed. So let me slow it down for you. So to get the timing down, the way I recommend it to, I would recommend you study it, and also for students, is that the coordination is not exactly easy. All right. So what you want to do is not play it very slowly, and just think about matching both hands at the same time, and then making sure you get those notes in between the beats. And then when you're doing that, there's gonna be a lot of pausing going on, which is okay. So we're not even thinking about rhythm. Let me show you. So I'll do something like. What's next? Oh yeah, that G. Another one in between. And then together here. Just a C. And a one in between. Oh, we're together here. Like literally, that's how it is in the beginning. And it feels really uncomfortable, but trust me when I tell you that you are really, really engaging your mind and your brain, and then you're doing some really good practice, okay? Because when you're practicing like this, when you're doing actual practice, it's not supposed to feel good. Surprise, right? A lot of people don't know that. They stick with what's comfortable, all right? So again, it's gonna be like that in the beginning. Then eventually it gets a little smoother. Got it? Okay, and then over and over again until it becomes seamless, and then that's all there is to it. All right, last part. Here we go. Together now. Ready, go. And there you have it. Now, if you can play this song for, if you have a piano around, for your niece, your nephew, your little baby brother, if you have a kid, for your son, for your little toddler. So yeah, in case you wanted to play this on piano, as if we haven't heard this enough. So we haven't heard this enough. We need more Baby Shark in this world on piano. All right, anyways, that's it for today. Really appreciate you taking the time out to watch this. I hope this really helped. If it did help, if this video added some value into your life, please consider hitting that like button. Like button. It helps me and it helps the audience too, by the way, right? Because if you help me, I can do more of these videos. And last but not least, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, if anyone wants to learn this on piano, if you know anyone who would like to learn the song on piano, might be a lot of people, right? Go ahead and share this video with them as well. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me on today's lesson. It's kind of a fun song. I like it. If I ever have a kid, I'll probably